Welcome back to another episode of On the Pitch. I'm Travis Jepaway.
And I am Emmanuel Palacios. Today we're going to dive into the NBA lottery, which was crazy. We're also going to go into the NBA playoffs, the Warriors and the Blazers, as well as the Bucks and the Raptors.
Then we're going to mention a few things about Scary Terry and end with our closing segments with the tweets of the day and rest in peace.
Should be a good one. Let's start off with the lottery. That just happened. You know what? This is the thing about the lottery. Like, the NFL has its, worst team gets the best pick.
Mm-hmm.
But the lottery in the NBA, a lot of teams don't like it, but I love it because you want to be there watching it. We discussed about watching it together. You had something to do, which I'll still be angry at you for. But the lottery.
Right. I mean, we were messaging each other.
Yeah. We were still doing stuff. But the lottery was, you know what? This is something I look forward to. It's before the draft. It's before free agency. It's like a little tease for the teams who are not in the playoffs, and like my Lakers are not in the playoffs. So this is something to look forward to. So this lottery, 14% chance for the three worst teams to get the number one pick.
Mm-hmm.
And out of those three teams, only the Knicks got into the top four, which is insane to me. But let's talk about the lottery first of all. First impressions, what do you think of the lottery in general, though?
Honestly, I really love the lottery. I do. It just keeps that surprise factor alive.
Yeah.
I mean, teams still, as we kind of saw with the Knicks, and like we like to joke around about, they start sort of tanking to try and get towards the bottom so that they can hopefully have a better percentage chance at getting one of these top picks.
Yeah.
But as you mentioned, only one of them got the top four.
Which is crazy.
And yeah, it keeps things alive, I think, and it adds a whole different aspect to really the drafting whole process, and I like it. I really like it.
So obviously a lot of teams dropped and a lot of teams jumped. So I have a couple losers. Obviously the Cavs were one of the teams and the Suns were one of the teams with a high percentage chance, and they dropped. The Suns could have dropped, the lowest they could have dropped was 6, and they dropped 2-6. So that pretty much sucks. The Cavs fell to 5. And the Bulls, I don't know why people thought the Bulls were going to get a high pick. They stuck at 7, which was, obviously not good for Chicago, especially considering that this draft is kind of weak. It's very top-heavy with
very top-heavy.
It's I think they said that there's like 3 franchise players in this draft, and the rest of them are, hit or miss. We're not sure what they're going to be. The winners, the Pelicans. Right?
Obviously.
They got the Zion Bowl. They won the Zion Bowl.
Yeah,
right?
Trading AD is up to them now.
Okay, we're gonna get to that because that's gonna be we're gonna talk about that. And obviously the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies, first of all, kept their pick because they could have lost it.
Mm-hmm.
And they moved up to 2, and now they can get a franchise-altering player. So now I want to get to the part where I want to get to, which is my Lakers. All right. So let me tell you what happened yesterday. Yesterday I got home. I put on my Kobe jersey. I sat by the TV. My brother needed me to take him to school. I said, "You got to wait. The lottery's going on."
Yeah,
he had some banquet
that's
or something.
Fair.
I was like, "No, look. The more important thing first." And he's like, "All right, fine."
Priorities.
So exactly priorities. So I put my Lakers jersey on, and now Kyle Kuzma was there with his purple suit. I was like, "All right, Kyle, I see you." And
that was a really fresh jacket.
Well, you know what? At first I was like, "That's a little."
I feel you.
That
on
shade, that shade of purple. I was like, "Yeah, but it's Kyle. Kyle rocks it. Kyle can rock."
He's kind of ugly though.
And then Rachel Nichols, his girlfriend's not. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And then they showed number 11, right, which was the Lakers' projected pick, and it's the T-Wolves, which means only one thing: the Lakers moved into the top 4. So I was like, "Yo, I'm ecstatic." My brother was like, "You made the right choice," and I was like, "Yes, I did to stay for this." And then I don't know, it was just a tease, really. Andres, our editor, said, "Yeah, it was just a tease because we ended up getting the 4th pick." And when you get into the top 4, you're obviously thinking, "All right, we're gonna get one. We have to get one." And it was kind of just like, the 4th pick. But I want to know how you felt about the Lakers getting the top 4 pick, first of all.
It's
knowing that your Celtics have the 14th pick, which,
Honestly, I have... Surprised you didn't mention it. I have the Celtics being the number 1 losers of the draft. I think they absolutely lost out here majorly.
Yeah.
Even though they were looking at Sacramento's pick, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
What they
would have
14?
kept it. They would have kept it if it was 2, 3, or 4, I believe. So if Sacramento somehow got into the top 4,
somehow,
you would have got a really high pick. Yeah.
Somehow, and I mean, I guess I can't be too discouraged. I mean, New Orleans had a 6% chance. Memphis had a 6% chance.
Yeah.
And the Lakers had a 2% chance as far as getting the number 1 overall pick. But still, I think that they came in at 14. I think they're the absolute losers here. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating because
at least they have a pick.
I mean, the Lakers, as it is, like, you have LeBron. You have arguably one of the greatest players in the league right now. Right there. He has a close, intimate friendship with Kyrie, who, let's be real here, he's not staying with the Celtics.
He's not staying with the Celtics, but he's not coming to the Lakers.
We don't know. We know he's not going to stay with the Celtics.
I can guarantee it right now. Kyrie's not coming to the Lakers.
I mean, I'd like to say that. I'd like to say.
I tell you, he's not coming to the Lakers. Stop. He's not.
I'm playing with the idea of this. I'm saying, you know what, the Lakers are really in a good position here to, I mean, now they have the number 4 pick.
Yeah.
They have LeBron on the team. They got rid of Magic. I mean, they have some front office issues, obviously.
Big time, yeah.
But I still think it's a really good place to go for a lot of these players. And anyone who's looking at free agency, I think they're going to consider it.
Yeah.
At least I think the Lakers got lucky here. They really got lucky.
I tweeted yesterday, I was like, yo, I know I should be happy that the Lakers got the 4th pick. And I am happy. Mm-hmm. But I would be more happy knowing that we got the 3rd pick. Not even the 2nd or the 1st, the 3rd pick, because the talent gap between 1, 2, and 3 and the rest of the field is humongous. So that 4th pick, if they're trying to trade it, its value isn't as high as, let's say, a 3rd pick where you can get Ja, or you can get RJ Barrett. Obviously, Zion's going to go 1. So that's why my thinking is keep the pick. If I'm the Lakers, I'm keeping the pick. Because a lot of people are saying trade the pick. Trade it with something, trade it with something, trade it with something. No. If you want to get Bradley Beal, first of all, that 4th pick by itself is not going to get anything. It's going to get a mid-tier player. And the Lakers need someone to pair with LeBron. So if you're going to trade the 4th pick, you have to trade someone else to get someone like Bradley Beal. So it would be like Lonzo Ball and the 4th pick, or Brandon Ingram in the 4th pick for Bradley Beal. And that just doesn't make any sense. Because the Lakers have to choose something. And in my opinion, they don't even have to choose that because they have LeBron, who wants to win now. Mm-hmm. Right? He wants to win now. And he's made that very, very clear over the past year.
Finally.
Yeah. But they also have a bunch of young guys. A bunch of young guys. So there's there has to be a decision has to be made, really. If you keep the pick, that means that you're adding to the young core, right? You're adding to the young core, and you still have, exactly what you said earlier, cap space to sign a good free agent. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they have a lot of ways to go. I would rather keep the pick, just knowing that, is Bradley Beal really going to put us over the hump?
I don't
in the West. It's not.
So. He's good, but I don't.
So I seriously don't think that the Lakers are going to win with LeBron. They're going to make the playoffs eventually, but they're not going to win something with LeBron. If you add someone like Kawhi, or you add someone like Clay, you add someone like Jimmy Butler, then now we're talking. But that's, it's far-fetched to me. You get this 4th pick, you draft a guy who's really good. I like DeAndre Hunter. Everyone's talking about Darius Garland as well. Jarrett Culver, is all great players. You add to that young core. And who knows, they might even trade him for AD. All those guys for AD. So, and that's what I want to talk about, AD situation. Let's talk about the AD situation, because that's just insane now.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Can AD really say, I don't want to play with Zion?
I don't know. I really don't know, because to me, seeing another big guy go to New Orleans reminds me of the potential and what could have been with AD and Boogie.
Yeah.
And, I mean, obviously it's a little bit different here, but I don't see why New Orleans would get rid of AD at this point. I mean,
if he says, look, I'm not gonna resign. I don't care if Zion's here. Then you have to trade him.
At that point, trade him. I mean, I know Boston is willing to go in and with players to trade for AD. I know it's been rumored around, and I know plenty of other teams are going to want AD. Yeah, so definitely. It's not like he's a guy that lacks people wanting him. So I mean, it's tremendous trading potential if he doesn't want to play with Zion. I don't know why he wouldn't want to play with Zion.
If I'm AD,
it's only going to make you look better.
I want to play with Zion. Like, there's just... His whole thing is, I want to play for a bigger market. I want to win championships.
Here it is.
AD is still young.
Mm-hmm.
Zion Williamson can literally change the league.
Mm-hmm.
He could be... I don't want to say LeBron-esque, but he can be one of those guys who changes the league in some way or form.
Yeah.
And they got Drew Holiday. If they re-sign Julius Randle, add some pieces, this team could be a contender.
See, I see Zion as a team player as well.
Yeah.
I really like the comments that he was making when people were saying, you know, after your shoe blew out, why are you going to continue to play college ball when you can just stop and go in? He's there. He's there for his teammates, and I think that says a lot about who he is and his character. And at that point, it's like, you know what? Throw him on a team with another guy that's been there, that is a big player, and he's going to take that secondary role. He knows that he's a big name. He knows everyone's looking there. I mean, it's Zion Williamson. Come on. Like, we all know the name.
Yeah.
But he's still willing to, almost like Klay Thompson, take that back role and produce the numbers if he has to. And I think, honestly, I think that I hate how lucky New Orleans got, man.
I mean, this is literally the best case scenario for them. Let's just say, all right, we'll trade AD. And the Knicks are one of the teams that want him, obviously. The Celtics are one of the teams that want him. The Lakers are one of the teams that want him. Then those picks have to be included in a deal for AD, right? Mm-hmm. And that'd be right now because the draft is coming up. So let's just say the Knicks are like, all right, we'll trade you AD. We'll give you this, and the third pick. Now New Orleans can get that number 1 pick with Zion Williamson, and they can pair him up with his teammate, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah. Which is
dangerous. And that's just like... And plus those other guys who are coming in, let's just say the Knicks trade, they get Robinson, Knox, 2 really good players. And New Orleans is still looking at a bright future. So they really, I mean, they won the lottery. Like, they won the lottery.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Literally won the lottery. Like, they won it, and now in the long term, they're set up for major success if they want to trade AD or not. But, man, AD and Zion, that'd be something, man. That'd be really something.
It would be.
Another thing that I liked about the lottery, the Knicks, if the Knicks would have won or the Lakers would have won, everyone would have said one word: rigged, right? Rigged.
I mean, people still kind of are.
People are saying that anyway. Exactly.
I mean,
you know Bill Simmons.
It's the internet. We're never gonna appease the internet.
Bill Simmons is a notorious Laker hater, and obviously a Celtic lover, just like you.
Oh yeah.
I would say, and he had like the best reaction ever to the Lakers moving up to the 4th pick. So I'm going to play it for you. Because, man, I was dying, man.
Or the city. This should be Charlotte. Okay. All right, so here's the Lakers. If the Lakers don't come up here, I'm going to fucking flip the table over. I'm just telling you, all of you. Oh, that looks green. That looks green. Oh, my God. T-Wolves. Oh, my God. You've got to be kidding me. What the hell? How is the league doing this? That's just magic. And I'm not talking about Johnson.
I'm not talking about Johnson. I love it, bro. I love it. I was watching this. I was like, yo, Bill Simmons, in your face, bro. In your face. And then we got the 4th pick. We ended with the 4th pick. So that kind of blew. But, man, it's always fun seeing Celtics fans and Knicks fans angry. Because the Knicks fans, when the Lakers got the 4th pick, they started celebrating right after they get the 3rd pick. So...
You know, I respect that because I enjoy seeing Lakers fans a little bit sad. Honestly, real quick on the Celtics, too. I know it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. But could you imagine Isaiah Thomas going back to the Celtics?
Coming back?
I mean, if they're losing Scary Terry and they're losing Kyrie, could you imagine? I mean, at least as a secondary.
No, literally, like, they have to think about what they're going to do at point guard.
They really do.
Because... Yeah, you're right. We're going to talk about Terry Rozier later, but Kyrie's gone. Definitely gone. We don't know where he's going to go. You think LA? I still don't think that's going to happen. But
I'm not thinking LA. I have a strong feeling that it's a real good possibility.
It's not. It's really not. It doesn't make sense to me. Not with Lonzo there, unless obviously things can change if Lonzo gets traded to New Orleans, gets traded to Chicago, gets traded to Phoenix, any of these places.
You saw the development in Jason Tatum after being able to go daily one-on-one with Kyrie. there's development. Could you imagine? I mean, I know you're a Lonzo Ball fan, so could you imagine the development that Lonzo could do?
Yeah.
Being able to go daily one-on-one with LeBron and Kyrie.
As much as people are hating on, I think Lonzo it's not so much about development because I think that he's already a great player. I think he's a great player and he's shown his flashes. For me, the problem is consistency with him. Like, I know he can play. I know he can play. Definitely know he can play. Everyone knows. Everyone who sees him knows he can play. And if you don't see that, then you're not watching closely enough because he can play ball. My problem is that he's hurt all the time, and his shot
hurt.
Is, I don't know, like whether you want to say conveniently or not, at the trade deadline, whatever the case is, he's just been hurt. And we already have a mentor. As much as I hate Jason Kidd being on the staff, as much as I hate him being on the staff because, you know, of who he is and what he's done before in his past, criminally, because, man, he's got a bad history, as well as a coach, he's still a good mentor. I don't want to give him all the credit for Giannis.
Not too much, but
I don't want to give, but Milwaukee is Milwaukee right now. Giannis is Giannis right now because of the roots that Jason Kidd planted. So, and Jason Kidd is the guy who everyone compares Lonzo to. The other way around. Lonzo is compared to Jason Kidd all the time.
Yeah.
So them two there together, that's the mentorship. Obviously, players, Kyrie, LeBron there, that'd be something as well. But man, he has a mentor there. Definitely. So yeah, that's the lottery, man. I wish the NFL would do it. That would just add so much intrigue to it, in my opinion.
It honestly would. I know it's an unpopular opinion with a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I would absolutely love to see that.
There's obviously a lot of things that, you know, are different about it. There'd be, 20 teams in the lottery? If it's non-playoff teams, it'd be 20 teams, I think, something like that. So that's a little too much. And there's so little games, 16 games a year. So there's a lot of things. That's why that's never going to happen. But, yeah. So let's talk about the playoffs.
The playoffs, man.
Game 1, Golden State, Portland. That was pretty much... it was kind of boring. Was it just me or was it kind of boring?
Honestly, I kind of expect a lot of game 1s to be somewhat boring. Especially with the higher caliber games like this. I feel that a lot of the more logical teams are going to go in and really just feel their opponents out. Almost like a boxing match, just sitting there the first couple rounds on defense, like, all right, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let me get a feel. Now I can counter.
Yeah,
so
that's a good point.
I didn't and don't expect too awful much from game 1s.
Yeah.
But I agree. It was boring.
It was boring.
I would hope to see a little bit more, but...
One thing that I noticed that was, like, I was kind of shocked was how easily Steph Curry was getting his shots off.
I don't know how long that's going to last.
It's not going to last, but, man, like, that was... I mean, Portland and Golden State have played so many times this year, and in every game, they've guarded Steph Curry well. Very well. And he just took over game 1. And I don't know. I like you said, I know it's not an indication for how the series is going to be, because obviously we saw Milwaukee and Boston game 1.
Yeah,
that was, you know, Boston just throttled them, and you know they lost the next 4 games. So, but Portland, yeah, I was a little bit surprised about that. And then Terry Stotts, the head coach of the Blazers, also got angry at a reporter for asking him about how they guarded Steph. So I don't know if that indicates to me that the game plan wasn't followed. But I don't know. It's just game 1. But yeah, game 2 should be interesting. I know it's gonna be a lot different.
Part of me was really hoping that they're just letting Steph shoot his shots. That way, Golden State sort of thinks, all right, cool, like just get the ball to Steph, let him shoot. That way, game 2 and on, Portland could just jump on Steph.
Someone else has to be
and then someone else has to step in and put the pressure on Golden State to make those in-game changes and adjustments and really move things out. I'm still, hoping for something like that, but you're right. It does kind of seem like a game plan was not stuck to, and things just kind of got out of control for Portland. And
you can't make a lot of mistakes against Golden State either, so they got to figure that out soon. Because if Steph Curry is just shooting lights out, then, you know, that's bye-bye.
We'll see.
Bye-bye Dame time, you know.
That's one thing I actually like is Curry versus Lillard. Curry's averaging, this is season stats here, 25.2 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, 4.9 assists. Lillard, 27.7 points per game, 4.7 rebounds, 6 assists. when you're looking at those stats alone, Curry doesn't seem like as much of a threat. I mean, we know that when he's on his threes, he's on absolute fire. It's absurd. But looking back at these previous series, I mean, Lillard went, what, 5 for 5 outside of 30?
30 feet,
30 feet. I mean, the dude's a shooter too. So I'm really hoping to see a lot more of a battle between them, as well as Thompson and McCollum. Again, with the numbers here, Thompson's averaging 18.8 points per game, 3.7 rebounds, and 1.8 assists. McCollum, on the other hand, 24.9 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 3.2 assists. Thompson is not even in the same league, it looks like, at that point. But, again, we know that when Clay's hand is hot, I mean,
he can take over.
The dude can shoot.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I'm really, really hoping that Portland steps it up, because I think that this could be a really good series here. A really good series.
It definitely can, and it has been in the regular season. So,
and even like you said, this is not the year for Golden State. Like, this is the end of the dynasty, and I want to see it happen here.
And look, man,
I really want to see it happen.
They easily took
here.
down Portland in Game 1, and Boogie and KD weren't even playing. So that's a sign right there. So something's got to happen. Obviously, like I've said previously, with KD, things become a little harder for Golden State. Too much talent is also a problem. And we're not even talking about adding Boogie to the equation either. But they're saying KD hasn't been ruled out for Game 2 yet, so he could be back for Game 2. I suspect he'll be back for Game 3, especially
at least Game 3.
Because I mean, even if Golden State loses Game 2, they're still in the driver's seat regardless because of who they are.
Yeah, I really don't know why Golden State would really try and push their luck and bring KD back a little bit too soon. Just to keep in mind, like, if you make it past the series, you still got more to go.
Yeah.
You still need him to be healthy. You need him to be out there on the court playing. So why not hold him back? You got a 1-0 lead. Don't use him until you need to.
Yeah. So that's the Western Conference. Now in the Eastern Conference, Toronto and Milwaukee, Game 1 Wednesday night.
Tonight.
This one is going to be something. Because I feel like this is evenly matched. Yeah. Toronto and Milwaukee is evenly matched. They got two superstars, Giannis and Kawhi, respectively. And a lot of good role players, I would say, on both teams. I mean, Milwaukee has Brogdon, Nick Middleton, Bledsoe, three pretty solid starters. And Toronto has Serge Ibaka, Marc Gasol, and Pascal Siakam. So they got a bunch of guys there who, can make this. I feel like this is a 7-game series.
I
honestly do.
So. Yeah.
It's a 7-game series. But then I said that about Boston and Milwaukee, so I was wrong about that because I didn't know Boston was so trash. You didn't tell me that they were so trash.
I mean, I told you that once you start getting your hopes up, they just go and
you were right, man. I had it going 7, and then before I could look up to see the score, the series was over already. I was like, yo, what's going on?
Done.
So, but this one, these two teams are good. It's not.
I don't see the
superficial or anything.
Yeah, I don't see the inner turmoil in these two teams.
Yeah.
The same way that Boston, issues were going on inside the Celtics team.
And I can't lie, it fooled me. I knew there was issues, but when we get to Terry Rozier, that's when we'll talk about the Celtics. But yeah, I feel like this is going 7 games. I think Kawhi is gonna be the man again this series. I have Toronto going to the. I know I said. Just how
here it comes. Here it comes.
Just how I know Giannis is the guy, but Kawhi, he's flipped it for me. I had Milwaukee going to the finals, but Kawhi is literally he just has Toronto on his back right now. He's like a mailman. He just has them in his bag right now. He's distributing. He's yeah, we're going to the finals. It's crazy to me, but I have Kawhi and Toronto going in 7. You said you got Milwaukee in the finals. Is that still true?
It is.
Oh yeah, it's still true.
It is. Honestly, let me come back with some numbers here. Kawhi is averaging 31.8 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 3.6 assists. Giannis, 27.4 points per game, 11.3 rebounds, 4.4 assists. You got Lowry and Bledsoe, which, again, at point guard, it's going to be a great match. They're basically even across the board.
It's funny to me how everyone goes after Lowry.
It's Game 7 to me. It's Game 7 to me. Honestly, these two teams, man. I don't know. I still have Milwaukee coming out on top. I still want to see the Cinderella story.
They have
finish.
home court, so that's.
I want to see it finish.
Play a big role.
Something about Toronto, I don't know. I know Kawhi's really good, really good. He obviously is throwing, as you said,
he's
throwing
dropping 40 with ease.
Throwing the team on his back. He just hit that absurd shot, buzzer beater. I mean, great team. I'm going with Milwaukee.
All right.
It's Giannis.
I know. You know what though? Either one of these two teams can go to the finals. It's literally like it's a coin flip, in my opinion.
It is. Yeah.
So I don't fault you for going with Milwaukee, and I don't think you fault me for going with Toronto because both of these two teams can like literally do damage. Now talking about beating the Warriors, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
But both of those two teams are good. So you want to talk about Terry today?
Scary Terry.
Terry. What did Terry say this time? Terry Rozier. Let's get it clear. Terry Rozier, the star for Boston in last year's playoffs.
Secondary star. Or last. Okay, never mind.
I would say he's. I mean,
I thought you were still talking about this year.
No. Last year in the playoffs, he was the guy.
Yeah.
I know Tatum was like he showed up, but Scary Terry. I just got a call from my mom.
And you hung up and
I
you picked up and hung up.
Just so everyone knows, my mom called me. She'll be okay, I think. She just checks up on me,
That's good. That's
good. Yeah.
Honestly, my mom doesn't do that. I literally call and she doesn't even answer. I don't get a call back. Nothing like that.
I hope she forgives me though, because man, I just hung up on her. But it's all right. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh yeah, Terry Rozier. He was the guy last year. This year, obviously, his comments are going to indicate how he feels. So what were his comments, by the way?
I didn't bring up his comments here specifically. I wanted to mention how he was just saying that he put up with so much this past year, and he really had nothing good to say about the Celtics and the turmoil between the team, and really just kind of throwing some people under the bus, talking about, when you throw the ball in, it's either in Hayward or Irving's hands, and they get to play, and the coaching, and they didn't want to change the way that the flow on the court was going. They just wanted Gordon and Kyrie to have it, and that's it. I kind of see that, honestly, as a Celtics fan. I was seeing things like that, but I know it's a little early for tweets, but I got to bring some tweets in here because there's a couple tweets here that just I really like them. This one here is at Keith Smith NBA. Says, go back a year. Marcus Smart dealt with a lot of the same stuff. He sacrificed a potential starting role. He was a pending RFA. Smart kept his mouth shut and handled his business. Yet another reason one scrappy guard is beloved in Boston and fans are ready to help the other pack. Meaning, Scary Terry, It's time to go. That's not how you handle your business. You can be frustrated with something. You can be mad about something, but you still have to handle your business. You still have to do your job. I mean, to steal the Patriots line, do your job. Plain and simple. And another tweet here at Reds Army John says, my first question to Rozier, as an executive looking to sign a free agent, is what happens here if something goes on that you don't like? Are you going to roll with it and figure it out, or are you going to do whatever you do and then complain to the media after? Yeah. That right there really sums up exactly how I felt when I was watching and listening to the interview with Terry just running his mouth. It's like, yo, you're about to be you're about to be able to look at the market and say, what do I want to do? Everyone look at me. This is my potential. This is what I can bring to your team. And you're just complaining, throwing people and the team under the bus? Man, that's not what you do. That's really not what you do.
This is what Terry said. Okay, you were right about what he said about Gordon and Kyrie. He says, I'm not being Terry Rozier because I have to adjust to how Kyrie plays. Now, I just want to end it there because the rest of it is pretty much the same thing. In the NBA,
it's a secondary role, plain and simple.
More than likely, you are going to play on a team who has a player that's better than you. Mm-hmm. And because that player is better than you, they're going to get the play calls for them.
Yeah.
Now, Terry had a great postseason last year.
Last year, yes.
Great postseason. And the reason why was because he was getting minutes. Kyrie wasn't there. This year, Kyrie is there. Kyrie is better than Terry, so of course he's going to get more play calls. Terry, if Terry Rozier really wants to back this up, then he has to go somewhere else and be the starting point guard and show that he is better than Kyrie. Because if not, then these comments, yes, of course, man, yes. You know how many other players have to deal with that?
Kyrie dealt with that.
I mean, exactly, with LeBron. I mean, if I'm thinking about my Lakers, Pau Gasol was an insane player. Insane. Like, great. And he doesn't get credit because of what Kobe did. But in any other team, Pau Gasol was the guy. When he was in Memphis, he was the guy.
Yeah.
And now, when he got traded to the Lakers, obviously you're playing with Kobe, so Kobe's going to get the calls. So, and exactly with Kyrie had to go through it with LeBron. This is part of the league. And by you saying this, what's going on is now Boston hates you.
Yeah.
Other teams are going to say this exact thing. Okay, what if you come to a team and the same thing happens again?
Yeah, any team out there with a star player, a number one player, at this point, no. Like, why are we going to bring you over? Because this is what you're going to do. I mean, look, you have Tatum, you have Brown, you have Smart. They're all there. They are all great players. They have so much potential, but they have to take a secondary role because they are not the number one player on the Celtics. You know, no matter how you slice and dice it, everyone's looking at Kyrie. I mean, let's be real here. So they all said, you know what? This is our role. We got to deal with it. And that's exactly what those other three did. But obviously, Terry just has that chip on his shoulder, which he really makes completely obvious. And in my eyes, one of the more recent times the Celtics and the Sixers faced each other, Terry snapped at the end when they had already lost, I think, Gordon for the game. And I forget who it was that he pushed, but he snapped in the middle of the game, pushed someone, and got ejected. Like, you can't be doing things like this. You have no level head on your shoulders at this point. And I really don't like it. I don't.
Let's be clear about something, though. He's very talented. Terry Rozier is a super talented. He's a very talented player. I feel like he's a starting caliber player on a specific team.
On a specific team, but you have to earn that role.
I mean, we've already heard, I know the Knicks and the Suns are two teams that could use a point guard who could be. I feel like Terry Rozier on the Suns would be something really, really nice. But yeah, that's Terry, and he's been vocal about it. I do like that he's vocal, but I mean, I do like when players speak out because it gives us something to digest. It gives us something to talk about rather than us having to be like, okay, what does he think? What is this? What is that? So when he says something like this, now I know. But when it's in the word choice like this, then we're gonna chew. You're gonna go in on him. So that's Terry Rozier.
See, I actually have our next segment here is actually going to be the tweets of the day.
Yeah.
But I have just a little. My tweet of the day actually ties in with Terry as well. It's at Brian T. Robb, and he tweeted, "Someone might want to show Terry Rozier his playoff stats. Team worst, 32% field goal, 23% three-point, third highest usage rate among regulars." Before his next interview. So before he goes and runs his mouth about all this, he needs to remember that, your playoff stats were a team worst. So if you really want to wonder why you weren't getting that starting role, let's look in the mirror before looking to other players and the front office and coaches before we start pointing fingers.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
I'm a little bit bitter. I'm a Celtics fan.
Oh, really? I would have never known.
I know. I have to throw it out there because I am, pretty disguised here, but...
Yeah. We talked a lot about basketball today.
Yeah.
So let's go on. You started the tweets of the day. So I'm going to go with my tweet of the day. I do have one smart, not smart. I know you have your rest in peace. So we'll go into that. But my tweet of the day, very simple. Someone on Twitter named @KingJames. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Never heard.
Who is his name? Who is she?
Who is she?
I think it's a woman. No, it's not a woman. It's a guy. By the name of LeBron James. Simple tweet. The tweet says, number 4, eyes emoji. You know the eyes.
Oh, I know the eyes.
You know the eyes?
I know the eyes.
Oh, you know the eyes? Yeah. Sliding up?
A.
On Snapchat?
A.
Hey, okay. Number 4, eyes emojis. Beautiful. That was the tweet. And I agree, man. Beautiful.
Short and sweet.
It's, as bad as it is to be a Laker fan, sometimes we get our moments. And this is one of them. Yeah, that's my tweet of the day. Okay, so Rest in peace. Let's go with rest in peace, and then we'll finish off with smart, not smart.
All right, I got 2 rest in peace. What do you got?
I got none.
You got none. All right, that's good.
I got to make up
That's
for last week. I had
exactly. I didn't have enough. So
this time I was like, all right, he's gonna carry us.
All right. So as you said, we've had a lot of basketball. So I'm gonna jump over here, real quick, to some golf.
Okay.
Rest in peace to John Daly's feelings. His feelings. His feelings were hurt by Tiger Woods and some golf commentators. Now, John Daly, for those of you that don't know, is an absolute legend in the golf world. I mean, this guy is a full-on partier that just so happens to be an amazing golfer.
Yeah.
Now, he was approved to use a golf cart at the PGA Championships. This is not normal. Like, normally, you walk. Or if you're lucky, you get to walk. I mean, you don't get to ride a cart. That's just
totally
that's the way it's played. And it kind of really keeps things fair because it's not only mentally stressful on the players, but it's physically taxing, and also it keeps the field even. Tiger Woods decided to take a quick jab at a press conference saying...
But let me be clear. Someone asked him this.
Yeah, okay.
So someone asked him this.
Yeah, they asked him.
It's different if you say that because you heard something. They asked, what did you think about this?
Yeah,
so let's just be clear about that.
What did you think about... So he says, as far as JD taking a cart, well, I walked with a broken leg, so...
I believe he had a torn ACL also, right? Or semi-torn or something like that.
No, I think it was just like a fracture. I don't even think it was really that bad. But by all means, anything like that hurts. Especially when it's on the leg. You got to walk. I mean, let's not get into hockey terms like when players break their legs, they still go out on the ice and score goals. Let's not talk about that level of competition here. We're sticking with the golf level competition. And Tiger Woods, he's a freak of nature. But Daly, his feelings were really hurt. He was saying, you know what, this is not a quick fix. Otherwise, I'd go have it fixed. This is osteoarthritis.
Yeah.
It really hurts. And he wished that Tiger and everyone else had all this knowledge before making those comments.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he did mention that he still loves and respects Tiger because, he's the greatest player ever.
He called him like the greatest player ever or something at the end. I mean, look.
So, it's still nothing but love and respect from him. But,
Just give him the cart.
Yeah, let the dude have the cart.
I know.
What's so hard about that?
The problem is that this is a question directed at Tiger, okay? And we know Tiger. Tiger's very blunt.
But that's what I like, is it shows signs of old Tiger. Not the new, the
the
media-friendly
Tiger.
one, the one that's walking around high-fiving kids, the one...
That's cool.
From back in the day, that would
like
walk
that,
by
though.
a kid and ignore the kid.
Why? Why do you hate children?
Bro?
No,
No, I'm not saying I love that.
You hate your son.
No, I love that Tiger has developed and he's become,
Yes,
a
I
man
do
of the
too.
people. I love that, but at the same time, I like to see him showing signs of the old Tiger because he just came back and he just won the Masters. I want to see a little bit.
If you want to see the old Tiger, just watch all of his press conferences. He still hates the media. That's one thing that has not changed. If you watch, this is why you love it, because if you want to really watch old Tiger, just watch the press conferences. Then you'll see him.
I know.
On the course,
Yeah,
in the
it's
tournament,
different. He's changed.
different.
Yeah.
He's much nicer, like you said.
He's more approachable.
He high fives children. I was reading earlier.
He actually talks to other players.
Yeah, like exactly. Like he's talking to the players, but also whenever he sees a kid, a kid in a wheelchair or just a little kid in general, in the gallery, he tells his caddy, Joey, to give him a golf ball. And that's really cool.
Yeah.
And Joey was like, "Yo, I don't take credit for that. That's all Tiger. Tiger just sends me." So I was like, "Yo, this is Tiger. This is an awesome Tiger, and we love to see it. But give John Daly the cart." Man,
Exactly.
this guy,
Just let the man
he's
have a
old,
cart.
man. I don't know if he's old, but he's just like,
He is. He's got numerous health issues.
Yeah.
Like diabetes, high blood pressure, all sorts of stuff going wrong with him. His liver's going out.
Yes.
It's bad.
Stop it. Just give it to him.
Just let the guy have the cart.
Yeah.
We're talking about a guy that can.
He's not gonna win the tournament, so
He can hit 400-yard bombs.
Yeah.
The dude can hit.
So that's
Just
rest
let
in
him
peace
play.
to him. Yeah. What's the second one?
Second one is the New York Jets' common sense.
Oh God.
Rest
in
in peace.
to their common
To their common
the Jets
sense.
are just a mess. The Jets are a mess.
They're an absolute mess. Now, they recently came out and fired GM Mike McGannon.
Yeah. Who hired their coach
After allowing him
to hire the coach.
to choose the coach,
Yeah.
spend money in free agency, run their draft, all of that.
Yeah.
Which he spent money in the draft going after Le'Veon Bell. or not the job, I'm sorry, but he spent money in
Yeah,
the
they
free
signed
agency
Le'Veon.
going after Le'Veon Bell. And there's rumors that Coach, what is it,
Adam
Adam
Gase,
Gase?
yeah.
He was very, very, very unhappy about that because he did not want to do that and go after Le'Veon Bell like that. It
doesn't make sense.
What are you doing, Jets? Come on.
It just doesn't make
As a
any sense at
Patriots
all.
fan, come on, step your game up.
No,
we need some
you're
competition.
happy about this. Say
we
that
need
you're
some
happy.
competition.
Oh, okay, maybe yeah. All right. The Jets are just a mess.
They are.
We're gonna have something like this next year, or maybe in the season. Le'Veon's gonna be like, all right, I don't want to play anymore. I'm gonna hold out again. Something like that's gonna happen, and then
I'm waiting for it.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to end with smart, not smart. Something that is not sports related, but I want your opinion on this because I feel like you're gonna have something to say about this. So smart, not smart. Uber has now implemented quiet mode. So quiet mode is pretty much like a do not disturb button on your iPhone, and you put this on while requesting a ride, and pretty much what happens is your driver won't talk to you. So you get a ride, and the driver won't talk to you. So is this smart by Uber?
As someone that
You've taken an Uber.
I've taken Uber
Okay.
plenty of times.
Yeah.
Lyft, Uber, I've taken them plenty of times. As someone like me who really a lot of the time just likes to keep to himself and not have conversations with people that I don't know, I love it. I love it because I can't tell you how many times I got into a car with someone and I'd sit in the back seat, I'd pull my phone out, I'd have like headphones or something, like just trying to make it look like, yo, just leave me alone. Like I'm just getting in here for a ride.
Yeah.
And then they're so blah 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 and just start talking about the dumbest stuff, and you have to sit there and put on a nice face, try and be polite, and it's like, man, this is just torture.
Yeah.
And then you hit traffic and it's like, oh my god, now I'm stuck in traffic
With this guy.
and I gotta have a conversation that I don't want to have. So I hated that. I really did. This to me is a godsend. Like, just push a button and they won't talk to you. Like,
This is my problem, though.
Can we implement this in normal life? Can I have like a shirt that lights up a certain
buy that
color
shirt. Buy
that
it
would
if
just
you
say
want.
like
I
leave
think
me
they have
alone
it.
and people won't talk to you?
Yeah,
Like,
they have it at Ross. I think I saw it at Ross the other day.
man, I'll take
Get it.
7.
Yeah, take 7. There you go. All different colors. I'll tell you what my problem is. Sometimes, though, those conversations are cool.
They are.
Some people, yes, I agree that some are like, yo, why are you talking about this? Or please just stop talking. Or can't you see that I don't want to talk? Some of the conversations end up being great.
It's true. It's true. I will give you that. I have been surprised. Sometimes I've been forced into conversations that
And they were
I
great.
later ended up enjoying.
Yeah, exactly. So that takes away from it. And if you're, and also I feel like if I'm the Uber driver, right? I'm the Uber driver, and I see that this guy requested quiet mode, I'm like, what a douchebag. Although there are some Uber drivers who don't talk, regardless.
See, to me, I would, again, being more reserved, I would like to be like, yo, all I got to do is drive. I don't even have to talk to you. I know where you're
some
going.
people like talking.
I don't have to talk.
I guess. I personally think it's smart because there's a big audience who wants this.
Mm-hmm.
It's really smart, and Lyft is gonna do something similar soon.
Yeah.
Obviously, they have to. So it's smart, but I'm like, I have my reservations about it. I'm like, what if I do want to talk sometimes? Then I just leave quiet mode off, I guess. But
Yeah, it's simple.
I didn't even
It's a
think
push
about
of a
that.
button. I mean, how
I
much
didn't
more?
even-
How much easier does it get? Like,
that completely slipped my mind. I can just not press it, and then they talk to me. Wow. Well, that was dumb. The next smart, not smart is Emmanuel smart or not smart. Obviously not smart. All right. So that was great. Great episode today. Today we talked about the NBA lottery as well as the NBA playoffs. We gave a little predictions, not too much, but
not too much.
yeah. And
Milwaukee's gonna win though.
Yeah. And then what else did we talk about?
Then we went on and talked about comments made by Scary Terry, some tweets of the day, rest in peace.
And smart, not smart. Yeah, that was great. I would say. Looking forward to the game tonight. It's gonna be really great.
Really good.
And
Hopefully, I mean, it's another game 1, but we can hope.
I hope it's more exciting. I feel like it will be. I gotta call my mom back.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in to another episode of On the Pitch. I am Emmanuel Palacios.
And I'm Travis Chepaway.
Until next time.